Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading Multi-Character Listener by me. So let's get into it. Midoriya Izuku. Midoriya does not often go around shirtless. Unless he's got something that would require him to be. Like swimming, for example. It's just no use having a shirt on. That's why he takes it off before going into the pool. It's part of his training. He tries to swim for an hour now, which is quite a lot, considering that he does a lot of exercise as well, besides the swimming. So, when he gets out of the pool and he's still shirtless, no wonder you're so staring at him. It takes him a while to notice, the way you avert your eyes, the way you could never look at him for too long. And that's when he sees that you've been avoiding him, and that you've been staring as well. The blush on your cheeks, making it quite easy to identify what's going on. And Midoriya blushes, but little do you know, he's rather happy about this. He wants your attention. He wants you to be in love with him and show him your love. So he doesn't mind the way that you're staring. What he only minds is that you're doing nothing about it. So that's why he goes over to you. Lion, is something wrong? No, not at all, you say, blushing brightly. But then you look at him, and then you sigh. Maybe there is. But then what is it? At that, he didn't respond at all. Instead, you spend some time staring at his chest. Just a couple moments before you hold his hands and you lean in, pressing a soft kiss to his chest. And then you look at him. That's the problem, Izu. You're doing this to me, and you make it really, really hard to control myself. You say, blushing brightly, before immediately leaving him. And it's safe to say he was quite stunned, and his face was bright red, for at least an hour more to come. Todoroki Shoto. Todoroki often makes sure that he's wearing a shirt, of course, but as he's been training more with his firework, oftentimes his shirt burns off. So, you're just left here with the consequences. With the consequences that are him being shirtless. And it's a lot to witness. You can't tear your eyes away. Not with his abs looking like that. And not with him looking so beautiful. And maybe, just maybe, the thoughts in your head are way too much. And there's nothing you can do about them. Nothing you can do to suppress them either. And nothing else you can do but just want to kiss him and to hold him within your arms. And you realize there's no point in just beating around the bush. And so, all of a sudden, you take him in your arms and you hold him close before you kiss his chest over and over. Sweet little soft pecks that make Todoroki freeze in place, blushing brightly. He stutters, nervous. Lion, what are you doing? He says, completely surprised by the onslaught of kisses. But then you look at him, and you give him a soft kiss on the lips too. I'm just admiring my beautiful, as I always should. Is that too much? No, you can keep going, he says. He's a little bit nervous. It's all too much for him. Overwhelming. And, well, it's a lot to be going through. Especially for someone who's so not used to affection like him. But he certainly likes it. Just be gentle. And make sure not to tease him about it or overwhelm him too much. He's still trying to get used to this. And for sure he'll be slow about it. That doesn't mean he's not trying, or that he doesn't enjoy it. He just needs some time. And of course, it's your duty to make sure you give him all the time that he needs. Bakugou Katsuki. Katsuki is actually very, very difficult to be affectionate with. It's not that the two of you don't have a good relationship. In fact, Katsuki's been improving. You can tell that, and you're very proud of him for doing that. But that doesn't mean that all the issues that he had suddenly disappeared or magically evaporated, because they're still here, and they're still issues. As much as you love him and would like to pretend they're non-existent as well. But it's not like your love alone can make them disappear, or make you less nervous about wanting to be affectionate with him. And you find yourself having to make a very tough decision one day when you see him shirtless, seeing his abs, his shoulders and arms, and noticing just how you want to kiss him all over. And you decide that it's worth a little bit of sacrifice and some risk. You wait for a moment, trying not to stare too obviously, trying to be subtle. But it's not easy to be subtle about things. And Katsuki is very observant. "Lion, what are you looking at?" he asks, and you immediately blush at being caught, thinking that he actually caught on to what's going on. But instead, he thinks that you're staring, because he's been on his phone for too long and not paying attention to you. You sigh, shaking your head, and walk over to him. "I have a whole other reason for staring, Katsu, but I don't think you're about to figure this one out on your own. So, I'll give you a hint," you say, blushing brightly, and then, without any further warnings, you kiss him on the chest, and then his biceps as well, looking at him teasingly, a smile on your face, and blush on your cheeks. And Katsuki freezes in place, his breath hitching as his face goes redder. And while you expect him to push him away, you certainly do not expect what happens next. For him to push you into the wall and kiss you, leaning in and whispering just how much he loves you and how much he likes you doing that. You're very adorable to him. You just don't happen to realize how often he thinks that.